started it because I would be motivating myself, you know. It'd be things that be sitting on my spirit like, oh, I don't like when this happens. So I will be talking to myself in the video, and I will post it, and so many people will resonate with it. Like, girl, you're talking to me, and I'm like, damn, we all going through the same thing at the same time.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's if you make content that makes people want to engage, you win every single time.
Oh, thank you.
That's true.
Just keep doing what I gotta do. You know, the goal is to be a nurse because I want to, not because I have to.
Ooh.
Nursing is my bread and butter, but I have certain things in play this year. Yeah, but fitness is my passion. It doesn't feel like a job. You know what I'm saying? I personal trained for a long time. I was a personal trainer. I still have my personal trainer.
All right. You want to do the intro?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, bad. All right, y'all ready?
You got to make it official with the cat.
Yeah, I love this thing. I don't understand. I've been doing my hands for the longest, and then
Yes.
Insane.
Bootlegging it.
Yep. So boom. All right. This for the bloopers, by the way.
Bloopers are the best.
They are. I love that.
They are.
I live for the bloopers.
And like, listen, I'm watching about the documentary. When we drop the Polar Experience documentary, this is all gonna be in there. So yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm looking forward to that. So
yes,
make
ma'am.
sure you have it.
All right. So 3, 2, 1.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Pull-Up Experience, the best in the nation, the best in the world, okay? And we got the best guest in the world today with us, episode 167, Miss Ari Baker, the Step Master Queen.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm grateful to be here. I love you guys. I see what you've been doing for some time now. I've been following. I was here before with a group of people, and now I'm here by myself. So I'm ready to, just share my story.
All right.
They coming back.
Yes.
So we gotta represent.
And period.
We gotta represent. So represent your hood. What part of Cleveland you from?
Okay, now. All right. So I grew up on 150th in Harvard by Harvard Deli.
Okay.
I moved when I was 10 years old. And we went to Maple Heights. I graduated from Maple. I ran track there,
Shout out to
07.
Maple. Okay.
And it's a time there now, child.
Listen, I want to see you said it, not me.
It's a time there now, okay? I'll be like, Mommy, lock your doors. Okay? Lock your doors. Right now, I live in Lyndhurst.
Okay.
So this has been my area for some time now.
That's
All right. Cool.
So let's assume no one knows. Let's go from the beginning. When you started, because you're in the medical field, and we got the step. I want to see where it all began. You know what I'm saying? So, were you that girl was doing the stepping or whatnot?
Oh, stepping. So let me see.
Like, where did it all begin?
So for guys who don't know me, I'm a registered nurse. I have my master's in nursing education.
Come on.
I like to teach some things here and there every once in a while. Nursing instructor. And then I am also a step instructor here in Cleveland. I'm an advocate for autism. My son has autism. So we want to take it from the beginning, the very top. I went to nursing school first. That's how everything started as far as me reaching out and, being more vocal with people. I went to nursing school, went to Ursuline, graduated.
Shout out to Ursuline.
Period. Top 10 in my class. The only chocolate girl.
Oh.
Top 10 in my class. Became a nurse, and I was heavy. Nursing school took it out of me. I gained a lot of weight. I had my son my second year of college, and never lost my weight until I graduated. I took my first nursing check and threw it towards the gym. It was naturally gifted back in the days. Now it's the vault. Shout out to the vault. Period. And that's where I fell in love with fitness. So I used to run track and field. I was a long jumper, pole vaulter, 100-meter hurdler.
Ooh,
yes,
Lord.
I dibble dabble.
Okay.
I dibble dabble. Did all that in high school. Did some of that in college until I had my son. Again, nursing pulled me away from that. And when I decided to lose my weight, I fell in love with fitness again. I started training with Philly. Shout out to Philly.
Shout out to Philly.
Yep. I became if not his first, or one of his first clients that decided to transition into becoming a personal trainer. So I lost a lot of weight, became a personal trainer, and then I fell in love with step. Now, a lot of people, if you know me, you see me on the board, be like, oh my gosh, she's great. Child, I've been doing this for some time now, almost 10 years. Like, 2015 is when I stepped on the board for the first time, and I'm awful. I can't dance. I don't have rhythm. I'm always on the 1 and the 3. However, I'm on the 1 and the 3 every time. But when I'm off the board, but you know how they, and I'm never comparing myself to the queen, but you know how Beyonce turns into Sasha Fierce when she gets on the stage and she's more subtle off the stage. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like I'm sometimes standoffish, a little bit quieter, social anxiety off the board. I get on the board and it's like I become a different person. So fell in love with becoming a stepper. About 3 years ago, I was blessed enough to be gifted the opportunity to become an instructor. Didn't want to be an instructor, had no desire to be in the front of the room. I didn't think that I was qualified enough to teach anybody anything. I just wanted to step.
Wow.
And was gifted the opportunity to become an instructor. And here I am. I've been instructing for about 3 years. I've had the opportunity to instruct I call them the OGs, the geriatric population, the special needs population, children, people of all sizes, shapes, ethnicities. I've been contracted with the employees of Cuyahoga County and been working with them in relation to healthcare and fitness and wellness. So I've been a little bit of everywhere.
That's good. That's real good.
And I love how you're humble with it. You better get Kanye with it. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't be seeing you out here. I'll be seeing you be in like
that's
you be doing it.
That's the queen, okay?
I love it. It's my outlet. I feel like it's a passion because it's a lot of things in our lives sometimes we feel like we can't control. And then the society makes us stay in a shell or in like a square all the time. And I feel like when I get on the board, I'm allowed to just flow. I don't have to follow rules. And that's where I allow myself to just be me. So, that's why I love it. That's why I do all the things. I don't pay attention. I don't listen to directions. They say 3 knees, and I'm over there doing something else. And that's my business, you know? So,
I love you like you're an advocate. And I think not enough of us, I know there advocacies for different things and whatnot, but I love the fact that when it comes to autism, enough of us don't advocate for it. So thank you for that.
Yes. Well, it's not hard. So as I stated, I was being a little fast in college. I got pregnant my sophomore year. At first my thoughts was like Olympics, because I was good. I was fast. I was very good when it came to hurdles, and I really, really, really wanted to focus on that. And I got pregnant and had my son when I was 20. And we're all parents here. When you have your first child, you have an idea of what you already start fantasizing about what you want your child to be. Oh, I'm athletic. His dad is athletic. I'm gonna have a little basketball player, a little Olympian. Someone's gonna run track. You see all these things, and my son, he was exceptional. We had him, and he was walking at 7.5 months. This back when DVD players was still a thing.
Okay.
Like, we used to watch him climb up the dresser and put his own DVD player inside the TV and everything. And then something just shifted when he turned about 1.5, 2 years old. He wasn't talking. He wasn't making benchmarks as far as stuff like that was concerned. He started covering his ears when he would hear noises. He didn't like certain textures. He would have cars and he would line them up Roy G. Biv like as the rainbow colors. And if I would move him out one direction, he would like have a fit. And so the parent in you wants to know what's going on, but also wants to be in denial. So I was talking to his pediatrician, like, something's not right. He's in a daycare now, and his other 2-year-olds are having full conversations with me, like asking me what time it is, and if I'm Tyler's mom. And my son, he can say his ABCs and his 1, 2, 3s, but that's it. And the pediatrician was like, well, I think he's fine, but we can do some assessments if you want. And so we went through with the assessments, and he was diagnosed with autism. And the hardest part was I was the only one who wanted to believe it. My parents and his dad and a lot of my friends, nothing's wrong. And that's one of the biggest things I do want to talk about as far as advocacy is concerned is you don't want to rob the life your child can have with denial, if that makes sense. So early detection is key. So once I found out he had autism, I cried for 24 hours straight, and then I didn't have time for that anymore. I had to, because I had to be sure that my son had everything that he needed, you know, in order to prosper in this world, because this is a very strange place, this planet is. You meet some kind people, but there's some really unkind people out here who will take advantage of those who don't have advantages. So from then on, I just thought that, you know, I'm going to do everything I want to do to be the best mom for him. And with doing that, you have to research, you learn a lot of resources, and then people see that, and then people who share your story reach out to you, and then you find yourself advocating for them. This is what you need to do as far as looking into schools. This is what you need to do as far as getting tested. This is what you need to do as far as finding out resources for income and things like that because of what I learned. So, yeah. That's just where I'm at with the autism advocacy thing.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Cause like so, I'll never forget my nephew, my sister. I remember my mom was one who tried to approach my sister about it, and unfortunately she literally took her son and was like, I'm gonna go over here. Y'all keep saying that about my son, and we're just like we're concerned, and I understand because as a parent, like you like you said, you want the best for your child, and you don't want to believe these things. It's like, oh no, this and the other, and like I said, it wasn't until I guess she had to come to terms with it in her own way.
Yeah.
But she's like, okay, y'all all right, you know.
Well, with that, it's almost like are you guys familiar with the stages of grieving?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's almost like the idea of your child has died. So the very first step in grieving is denial, and then it's anger, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, acceptance is the very last one. You know, I went exactly through that. I denied it. I was angry. I did bargaining. I was begging God. I remember falling to my knees and asking God, like, give me whatever you need to give me. Do whatever, you know, make me sick. Give me any delay. I'll take whatever. Just don't put that on my son. And then when I sat and I was still, and then God said, but he's fine. It'll be okay. I said, all right, then you accept. And you know, the stages of grief are not linear. You can go back and forth. It's time. I mean, my son is 14 now. And so every once in a while, you know, I'll backslide and get upset. Like, you know, no, this isn't fair. You know, I went to all my appointments. I ate healthy when I was pregnant. I worked out. I had my belly blessed at the church every Wednesday and Saturday and Sunday. And this person doesn't even want their child. So you go back and forth with that a lot. So yeah, that denial is a thing, but it's in their own time. So once you accept it, but my thing is with parents, again, don't be in denial so long where you want to prove so many people incorrect, where you're robbing your child experiences they deserve. Luckily, we found out for Tyler at 2 years old, and early intervention is key. So from 2 until now, he's been in special schools, he's been in therapies. So that's an advantage for him. If you're in denial for 8 years and your child is 10, you know how hard it is, what kind of uphill battle you're fighting with the schools and with getting him therapies, because the world is insensitive to children the older they get. So that's why, even if you're not sure, if you think it's something, it's something. If you think it's something, it's something. It may not be autism. It could be a cognitive delay. It could be just a reading disorder. It could be dyslexia, but it's something. So do your due diligence as a parent to say, well, whatever it is, I'm going to figure it out so I can make sure that, because we can't be here forever. When we're gone, I need to make sure I've set my son up with the best experiences possible for him to thrive on, so that if he has kids, that they can do the same thing.
That's good. Yeah, you know, it's so crazy why you say that, because, like, I think that because I'm an old man. And when I was younger.
God. We're all in our I'll be 35 in 30 days. I was like, oh, mid-30s for real. I'm grown.
No, but it's funny because, like, I found out on, say, 3 years ago, I have dyslexia.
Okay.
And I got dyscalculia.
We're going to have to talk about that.
Yeah, because I it's so funny because I never forget. Everybody, they'll tell me a number, and I'm like, can you repeat it back to me? And I was like, all right, can you repeat it back to me again?
Mm-hmm.
And like
you can't retain it.
I cannot retain it. And I would hear the numbers. I would hear it backwards. I would process it backwards, and like I thought it was something wrong with me. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why? So I'm like, what's people will make fun of me like, you can't remember numbers. It's because it's a disorder or whatnot. And same thing with dyslexia. I will be reading, and if I'm reading something, I have to read it 3-4 times before I get it because I process it differently or whatnot. And like you said, identifying and like I remember telling my mom back in the day, like, hey ma, like I'm having a problem reading. And she was like, well, you all right.
So I want to touch on that as a nurse. Our generation, the millennials, are some of the most underdiagnosed population, period, because of our parents. No shade to parents.
Yep.
They did the best
They
they
did the best they could
with
yes,
the information they had.
That's right.
Yep.
But they were taught to just grit and bear it. So then they passed it on to us.
Yeah.
I found out when I was 31 that I had ADHD. So again, I graduated top of my class, right? When I went to nursing school, no one knew that I would drop my son off at 8 a.m., go to Ursuline on my days I didn't have class from 8:30, and I wouldn't pick my son up till 5:30. I would have to study 3 chapters for 8 hours, reading them over and over again because I couldn't retain the information. And as I got older, it got worse to the point where flight of thoughts. I would fall out with friends because they would think that I was being selfish if I couldn't remember something or if I forgot a date or if we were in the middle of a conversation, I would cut them off. It's because people with ADHD, our thoughts disappear like this. So we're so used to operating in the fleeting thought moment. We're like, okay, I gotta get my point across now because I won't be able to remember it later. Like, it's very, people who don't have ADHD, you know, we were taught that, especially as a woman, the stereotypical person with ADHD is typically a young boy. Now, boys have the hyperactivity aspect where they can't sit down. Girls have the hyper inattentive aspect, meaning I can sit and be still, but I'm daydreaming. So my teacher will be talking, and I'll be sitting there thinking about what I want to be when I grow up. And I look up, and school is out, and I have not retained any information. So I have to study 5 times harder than anybody else to be successful. And I didn't notice that I had a really tough 30. I turned 30. I was going through some things, and I got a therapist. And I'm up here crying over a boy and crying over finances, but I'm going from subject to subject, not completing a thought. And my psychologist looked at me and said, have you ever been tested for ADHD? I said, what? I said, stay focused, sir. My life is falling to pieces. This boy broke my heart. And he was like, we can fix that. He's like, but I want to see if you have ADHD. And he gave me 3 tests, and I have severe ADHD. And it makes sense because I never took any medications, but I would throw myself into fitness because fitness would keep me focused. So a lot of people in the gym, you'd be surprised to know that they have ADHD and just undiagnosed.
And you know, just hearing that just makes me realize that, like you said, when we have not deficiency, when we have disorder, we find a way to cope with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We find it one way or another, and that's so. I'm saying it's crazy, but I think that's just human nature. Like you adjust, and that's so crazy because like I will read the same thing over and over again. Like you said, I will read the same, and I will get it. And I'll be like, I got it now because I read it. But once again, I'm processing. I had to read it 3-4 times before I actually got it.
And it gets worse as you get older. You just have to know how to manage it. And I just accept it. I lead it. I lead with it. Like especially if I get close to somebody, please bear with me. I'm forgetful. You do mean a lot to me. I just have a hard time retaining information. So if you find yourself repeating yourself to me a lot, don't be mad. So it is what it is. You know, I have ADHD. I don't feel like taking Adderall at this point in my life. Not against it, but you just got to really educate yourself on what it is.
So sorry, ladies, to all the ladies in the past. If I wasn't retaining information, I have ADHD.
It's not his fault, child.
It's not my fault, y'all.
Kindness and grace.
That's funny. funny. And it's funny because I think I started realizing that with my life because I'm like, God, I have to keep sticky notes around me to write stuff down so I can keep remembering or have it in my face. And I literally told myself, I think I have ADHD. And speaking with you guys today, Ari, you helped bring it to the light. Thank you, God, for confirmation. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
It can be a lonely life, too, ADHD. Because people who don't have it don't understand.
Yeah.
And if you don't know you have it, then you really are like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why can't I ... And it's hard. Constantly having to explain to people, please don't be upset with me because I'm this way. You know what I'm trying to say? And you don't even know why you're this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adults with ADHD, I should make that a thing.
Yeah.
No, listen, and I'm pretty sure somebody watching this probably just got free. Like, what?
Right,
That's what that is.
Yeah, it's okay, y'all. You don't have to be perfect, child. A little ADHD never hurt nobody.
No, and that's real.
A little ADHD, sprinkles
That's
fine.
a new slogan.
No, and I think we have to break the stigma of those.
Yes, we do.
People, you know what I'm saying? You think if you have a disorder of any kind, like your something wrong where you're broken, you know what I'm saying, or you're damaged goods. That's not the case.
You're not. I feel like, and they say it's about children with autism, but I feel like we're all like snowflakes. You know, we might all come from one.
Sorry, I made that one.
We're all like, we might all come in one climate or one temperature, but we all look different, and we're all formulated differently. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem being specifically myself, and I really prefer people who embrace being specifically themselves. It's when I get around a group of people who all want to be the same, where I just look around like, I don't belong here because I'm never going to be that, and I'm okay with that, you know.
That's right.
Be specifically yourself. It's time episode.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Okay, so I want to talk about your journey because, so you went to nurse school, right? We got that. You had your beautiful son.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, I love how, once again, if nothing else, hearing your story, like you took what, not saying with disadvantage, or you took what, I've known people who turmoil happened and they stopped living.
Yeah.
They're living physically, but they stopped altogether. When you turned these things and you took them and made it a positive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So even with we say you're getting away, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get in the gym. I'm gonna get it. So tell me what mindset you have to have to be able to turn around what would be an unfortunate event in some people's lives and turn to a positive.
The only I had times where I would just shut down. I definitely, you know, that flight or fight, I would flee. I would say it took me a lot of growth. Let's see, maybe in my late 20s is when I decided to stop running. I would get uncomfortable. I had a period in my life, just transparency, where I was in an 11-year relationship where that was going down under. Tyler's behaviors were unmanageable at the time, where he was fleeing to school. I hated my job. Imagine going to nursing school for 4 or 5 years and deciding that you don't like it. And you got 6 figures in student loan debt. At the time, I wasn't really liking my fitness journey and the people around me in my fitness journey. And I just shut down. When I say I went home and quit my job that week, broke up with my the father of my child, stopped going to the gym, I just ran. And in hindsight, while I felt like that was the best thing for me at that time, it was really some steps back because I had to rebuild all those bridges. I ended up going back to nursing. I ended up having to rebuild that bridge between me and the father of my child. We're great friends now. We're good co-parents. And I ended up going back to the gym. What I learned from that experience was it's okay to take a moment to be down, but you literally can't stay there.
Sorry,
Some people just stay there. And I can't look around and be like, it's a week later and I've done nothing. I've done nothing. Like, I hate feeling stagnant. And really, having Tyler has given me the best advantage in my life. It's taught me selflessness. It's taught me dedication, discipline, motivation. You know, I can be depressed, but Tyler still has to eat. You know what I'm saying? I've had moments where Tyler still has to eat. And he likes lights and hot water. So I still have to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, my son, and nothing's more heartbreaking. I had a moment where I fell into depression, and you know, my son is not super verbal, and so when you have a child with autism, sometimes as parents, you think they don't see. And I remember lying in the bed one day, like completely in a depressive state, was like, don't want to be here. And my son, who's low verbal, walked in and said, "It's okay, mommy," and gave me a kiss on my cheek. And I was like, that's enough. That's enough. He can see.
Wow.
He can see you falling to pieces. So ever since then, that was my late 20s. After that, I was like, life is going to keep throwing curveballs and obstacles. And it's not, you have to have a positive mindset in hopes it gets better. But what I realized as an adult is things sometimes don't get better. How we respond to things gets better.
Sorry,
I like that.
That is title episode.
For real. Like, if you guys really think about it, think about something that happened to you last year that if it happened to you 10 years ago, you would have fell to pieces. You know, I don't have time to fall to pieces anymore.
That's so good, because I remember in church the pastor said, if you ever need motivation to keep going, think about your worst day and how you made it through, and you here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And we getting older, we don't have like a whole bunch of years to keep starting over from scratch. I can't start over from scratch no more. If that person want to play with me, fine. Goodbye.
Right.
If you don't want to be my friend anymore, that's cool. Goodbye. If I don't like that job, I'm not staying. God will give me another one. Life is too precious. Time is too fleeting for me to sit here and be trying to build from scratch over and over again. That's why discipline and just rolling with the punches, flowing, is a thing. I say that all the time. Like, just keep flowing. That's cool. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And that's one of my favorite sayings. Like, I hope everything happen as it should. Because it will. Because it will.
That's good. You preaching tonight. You preaching tonight. So, okay. So, I want to talk about how do you balance working? How do you balance being a mom? How do you balance with being, you know what I'm saying, with the fitness? How do you balance all these things all together? Because I know it's not easy.
Well, let's see. I'm very conscious with what I pick in my life. So, example, the career of nursing. I'm good at it. I'm good at it. So, this is what I'm a great nurse. I'm a okay employee. There's a difference. So, I'm on-call nurse. I work for a hospice company. That's actually, hospice is my passion. So I work there on the weekends. On-call is more flexible. It's not as predictable, but because some weekends they may need me more than other weekends, but it's salaried and it pays full time, and I don't have a problem with it. Then Monday through Friday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, I teach and I instruct. I have my son half of the week. Me and his dad split them 50-50, so I have my son half of the week. And on those days I make sure I dedicate most of my time to him. Now, while he's at school is when I get my personal fitness in. That's when I go to the gym. That's when I work out. Right now I'm on a journey of picking up a second full-time job. We see what happens. Monday through Friday, also as a hospice nurse. But it's also flexible because I make my own schedule. So you have to be.
I may be a nurse.
I travel nurse for 3 years, and I was spending money like a drug dealer. I was. There's no reason I should have a mansion somewhere. I was a travel nurse for 3 years, and just in Ohio. But again, time management. I would do block scheduling Saturday, Sunday, Monday nights. Cincinnati. I would teach my class 11:15 in the morning. Pick up my son from school, drop him off to my mom's. From there, I would hit the road, 4.5-hour drive, do a night shift, go to sleep, do 3 night shifts in a row. In the morning, I wake back up, get back by Monday morning, Monday afternoon, teach Tuesday, teach Wednesday, off Thursday, be with Tyler throughout the week. So time is what you make it.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of, I'm working on it, grace for people who be like, I want to lose weight, but I don't have time. Baby, you can if you want to.
Yeah,
you don't. You make time for things that you want.
Come on now.
If I can have 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs, a special needs child, teach classes, and I'm also an online instructor, for nursing, and I have a significant other, and I want to be involved in that.
Yeah.
I cook frequently throughout the week. I keep my house clean. And I like to kick it with a friend. I throw soirees and stuff. So, you do what you need to do. You just manage your time. But, I don't know. People ask me all the time. You just do it. And I ain't gonna lie. The ADHD probably helped. The ADHD probably helped.
The superpower.
Yeah, because when I sit down, I'm like, oh, I should be doing something. And my boyfriend like, just have a seat. I'm trying. Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah, no, because I'm about to say, so I do, so if y'all have not got a chance to see Ari online, like, she's doing it, you know what I'm saying? I want to give you your flowers or whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yeah.
And you make it look, I'm not saying you make it look easy, but I'm saying, like, you see all the things you're doing, and like I be dropping stuff, I be posting, I'm like, you post, okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, like, when I first started with IG, I used to never get on Instagram until I became an instructor. I was an instructor molded me to somebody else. And I hated it.
You got a name for Alter Ego? Beyonce got sausage.
Morgan Fierce. I'm gonna be Morgan. Morgan Fierce. And I hated it, but the one thing that helped me with IG is the financial aspect of it. I didn't want to pay 5 different people to do some simple things.
Sorry.
To be honest, when I first started as an instructor, I was like, okay, how do I make a flyer? And I would reach out and people, 25 for one flyer, 50 for one flyer. I'm like, but if I want to have multiple flyers, that means I got to spend like $400 a month. Canva.
Come on now, y'all. I hope y'all taking notes.
CapCut.
That's right.
InShot. All these things, whatever IG gave me, and the more you use it, the better you get.
The better you get.
Right.
That's
and then I started studying algorithms. Like last year was the first year where I really started to go viral because I paid attention to what people like. They like to be entertained. Talent only gets you, unfortunately, so far. Like example, I would step on the board, and I'm like, okay. The first time they see you doing some crazy stuff, you get a few hundred likes. But the second, third, and fourth time, they done already seen it. So then I reinvented it. So now I started something called, I'm gonna post one tomorrow, Stepping with ADHD. So now I'm stepping fly, but in the background I'm doing voiceovers of what I'm thinking about as I'm stepping, which is everything.
That's dope.
That is nice.
and that has allowed me to go viral, or instead of just picturing videotaping myself, Huh. I'm old, baby. Not the VCR. But anyway, while I'm recording myself in the gym, instead of saying, oh, I'm really strong, let me show the people that I can squat 300-some pounds, I'm going to give them knowledge outside of fitness that will, because people like to laugh. Like I did one that went viral about, well, what candies can you eat when you're working out? People care about that because people like to eat. And that did really well. So it's about finding new spins on things like that people really want to see because, our world, everything is so fast. They don't want to hold their attention. And I do really good with my Good Morning Little Sunshines. I motivate people. Like stuff that I started it because I would be motivating myself, you know. It'd be things that be sitting on my spirit like, oh, I don't like when this happens. So I will be talking to myself in the video, and I will post it, and so many people will resonate with it. Like, girl, you're talking to me, and I'm like, damn, we all going through the same thing at the same time. Yep.
No, that's good.
That is good.
Cause like I'm saying, you are killing it. I'll be like, I'll be laughing. I'm like I'm not even finished. I'm like, I gotta get. I need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like you said, it's engaging though. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's if you make content that makes people want to engage, you win every single time.
Oh, thank you.
That's
yep.
true.
Just keep doing what I gotta do. You know, the goal is to be a nurse because I want to, not because I have to.
Ooh.
Nursing is my bread and butter, but I have certain things in play this year. Yeah, but fitness is my passion. It doesn't feel like a job. You know what I'm saying? I personal trained for a long time. I was a personal trainer. I still have my personal trainer certification, but I just took a bit of a break from it because I had so much going on. Yeah, but the goal is to get back there. I've been blessed enough to travel to a lot of states, to teach people how to step, to do step events, and you know, I've been linked with a lot of partnerships, and the goal is to just keep growing. Just keep going and keep growing. Hey, Nike. Hey, Peloton.
Oh, y'all heard it. Come on now.
Y'all need more girls that look like me.
Oh, come on now.
You
That's a
need more girls that
fact.
look like me.
That's
just
a fact.
saying.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
I like
Yes,
that title too. Keep going, keep growing.
Yeah,
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Man, where is Steve at?
I know.
Steve. Shout out to Steve, man. So, okay. And I know we talk about this off camera, and I feel like it has to be touched on because I feel like the Shannon Sharp episode, if y'all have not watched it with Cat Wynn, it has gone viral. I think it's right now like 31 million in a week's time, which is unheard of.
What a time.
It really is a time.
What
right?
a time.
What a
Well, I
time.
enjoyed it. I put on my slippers, and when he was watching, I was like, oh, you know, because Cat Williams, he's always so authentic and real, and that's why people gravitate towards him.
Yeah.
And he's very animated, too. So when I seen that, I seen one clip on YouTube, because that's my thing. I love to scroll on YouTube. And he had said something funny. I said, I'm going to watch that. And I seen that it was almost 3 hours. And the millennial me was almost like, I'm not going to watch this 3-hour video. Man, first 30 minutes.
First
30 minutes. First 30 minutes. He's Ricky Smiley, Faison Love, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. And as kids, you know, we're old enough. We saw the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
We sure did.
And that's how I associated
Had the bootleg.
them. Yep.
It was the bootleg.
Well, my mommy took me to Blockbuster to get hard.
Oh,
okay.
Look
Fancy
that. What a time. And like, so these are always the household names, but it's nice to see the alternative view of things because, you know, Hollywood is painted at a skewed sight. You know, you see, they show you what they want you to see, and they are always clicked up. So when he started saying that, I was like, as an adult, you ever see things be like, oh my God, yeah. Yeah, it was so funny.
You say you removed the veil a little bit type of ordeal.
Yeah.
But I would say this, I feel like it was a masterclass in marketing, in my opinion.
Brilliant. Chef's kiss.
Listen, no, hands down.
Funny how you about to go on tour. I wasn't about to buy a ticket, but now I am.
Man, listen.
But now I am.
And the fact that he started off the interview and said, look, I'm not trying to say anything. If anyone take not trying to say anything, they are trying to sell you something. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
because what are we doing here? We all trying to sell you something.
Exactly.
Or else we'd be in the Peace Corps. You know what I'm trying to say? Or we be volunteering or something. But no, like we all got to make a living. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, listen. And I just think that, listen, and the fact that you started off the year, and the fact that they held on to the episode, they recorded in 2023.
Yeah.
They held on to it and literally was like, all right, we're going to drop at the beginning of the year. And it was, and like it showed me, one, how having a viral moment for you can expand your audience, you know?
Yeah.
I know Shannon Sharp, when he goes to negotiate his contract with anybody, he going to be able to show them, listen, I did 31 million.
Yesterday's price is not today's price,
That's a
baby.
fact.
And I don't know what you thought.
That's a fact.
But I had Cat Williams on there.
Man, listen.
You see 1 billion streams? That's outrageous.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, absolutely. And the fact that now I think they showed it, like Cat Williams ever interview, everything is sold out, and now he's adding additional show dates now. To accommodate.
Wow.
And that just goes to show one. And I listen. If anyone who's never in a podcast before, if you want to go on a podcast, I would suggest that you watch it to get ready for if you're ever going to be on a podcast. Because how Cat Williams did it, he just it's a mental class. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and he went on there with an objective. He was very calculated.
Very calculated.
He watched all the interviews.
Had notes.
First of all, if you don't say my name, you don't have to worry about me coming on here and saying your name, just like in real world. And everybody, to be fair, because I like to research, I went back, all the people he name dropped, they all name dropped him first.
Yeah, they did.
On that same platform. It's kind of petty what he did.
Yeah,
very cute.
No.
I like that for him.
No, listen, he clapped back. That's all he did.
And it was factual. It was factual to the point where people was like pulling up things. And he impacted the culture so much where his enemies, helped market him more.
Yeah.
Because how many people hopped on live to address what he had to say?
Yep.
Wow.
Which even made it go even more viral.
It's people who probably didn't even know. I was watching Shannon Sharp, what is it called? Like the Nightcap?
Nightcap, yep.
The one he had with Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
He was talking about it. He was like, it's people coming up to him in the airport that he didn't even knew he existed. Like, people of different cultures. Like, I love that Cat Williams interview. And that's when people have a problem with me, I refuse to say their name. Because why would I extend my platform? And they all fell for it. Even Kevin Hart posted more than he ever did.
Yeah.
Like, Kevin Hart used to post like a couple of times a week. I pay attention like to the famous people and like what they do and their algorithms. That man had posted 3 or 4 times every day. Almost like a list of like, look at me, I'm a rock star. And it's like, boy, we know you rich. It's okay. What Cat Williams got in your skin, huh? Yeah, what a time.
Man, listen. And that's why I say you got to watch it and not look at from a different point of view. You can't look from just a viewer point of view. Look at it from what it was. It was marketing.
Yeah.
It was promotion. It was, oh my goodness, it was a masterclass on just if you're trying to promote your brand, you're trying to promote anything, watch it. Just watch it. That's all I can say because I know I took notes and it made me as a podcaster be like, okay, I know what to do now.
So, question for you. So, as a podcaster,
I know.
This is the new 24.
As a podcaster, your job is to control the conversation. What happens when you get a guest like Cat Williams? Because Shannon Sharp came there with 15 questions.
He had the questions in his hand.
That he didn't get to read until the last 30 minutes of the thing. And so, what do you do when you have someone who basically is baiting you, giving the questions they want you to answer, and turning it into their interview? Like, Cat Williams was almost handing Shannon Sharp well, that's what you should have asked Phase Our Love. That's what you should have asked Cedric the Entertainer. And I'm sitting there like, are you prepared?
No. But I love Shannon Sharp's rebuttal to all that. He literally said, y'all forget, I am not a journalist.
And I like to have a conversation.
I like to have a conversation. And he saw the interview and said that. He literally said that, and we took have a conversation. And I think as a podcast, you got to understand there are journalists, and then there are people who have a podcast.
Yeah.
2 different things.
Like, sir, I don't have the answers.
I don't have the answers. No. And like,
I'm happy you came.
Exactly. And now I'll be honest with you. You're episode 167. Out of 167 episodes, we've had that. Who will come on the show and won't let you get a word in because they came on and wanted to unload. Okay. And that's fine. Because the platform should be a place where someone should be comfortable enough to be able to do just that. Sometimes. Yeah. Now, all depends on what they're saying.
Now, you ain't about to get me canceled.
No, I'm about to say.
Right.
Now you get Kanye West in the world. Now Kanye West, what he did, that was
George Bush.
Yeah, right.
Oh, where are you, Kanye?
Yeah,
we miss you.
Oh, we miss. I have a hoodie I ordered. It said that we miss old Kanye. I'm wearing that joint.
Well, what a shame. I was there in real time when it happened.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was a time, wasn't it?
With that polo on.
Oh yeah.
Straight face. Straight face.
Not
George Bush don't care.
Yeah, no. But like that just makes you think like in a world where now, like you said, so take for instance social media. We had Shannon Smith from Channel 19 News.
Okay.
We had her on, and she was saying the news. I just seen a clip today. Someone in East Cleveland, they had a fire in Cleveland. There's a dude from East Cleveland reporting on his phone about the fire in East Cleveland. He was like a newscaster reporting on it from his phone, and they posted. So she was saying the way news is going, it is now going from. She said you don't have to be a journalist anymore. Anyone on the phone is now a journalist. Yeah. In that aspect. So we're in a time where media is no longer. You have to be a certain way to be able to do it. You know,
the schooling and
the schooling. No,
you don't have to have it.
A camera and a mic.
I have friends who went to school for communications major. They couldn't find a job, baby.
Listen, and I think that I don't know. It's kind of scary, but it's scary. But at the same time, it's just it makes opportunities available for those who wouldn't have any other way. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
For doing.
Yeah.
No. So my question to you is, how has social media helped promote your business?
Social media. It's a love-hate relationship.
Isn't it?
Oh, I love it and I hate it.
Tell us more.
Okay, so a person like me, who my talent is my voice, more so than my voice is. So, so people who don't know me, I have an aura. I kind of walk in the building, I get straight to it. You know, unless I'm comfortable with you or I know you, I might kiki and chat it up with you, but if I don't, I get straight to it. And that can be intimidating to a lot of people. It can rub some people the wrong way in relation to ego, because I don't stroke ego. I don't. I just do what I need to do. Even if my intention is to be kind, you know, and that can set you back as an entrepreneur. Social media gives you the opportunity to create whatever world you want. So...
Sorry, I had that one.
Yeah. It's a good and a bad thing.
It's good and a bad thing.
So I used to be very socially awkward, still am. I could just fake it a little bit better now that I've become an instructor. So without social media, back in the day, people would have to pass out flyers, be bubbly in people's faces and stuff, and that's how people would come to class. I would be in trouble. You know how long it took me I would be like in the car and still have to do this. Okay. Fine, you can do this. Just get a flyer. Ask them to come to your class. It takes a lot of work for me to do it because I'm so uncomfortable and shy talking to people I'm not familiar with. So if I didn't have social media, I wouldn't have the ability to promote myself in a way in which I do now. Now, this is the problem with social media. When people see me on social media first, they think that's who I am.
Wow.
So, example, if you've never seen me before outside the board, and you see me always turn up on the board, I'm real bubbly. I have personality on the board. I just told you guys I'm a whole different person off of the board. When I would go out of town, Morgan Fierce, period. I'm gonna make a shirt. When I would go to, let's say, someone would contract me to go out of town to do a class, I would come in and be like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Ari," but just like as myself. People want you to be on. Oh, I thought you would be more bubbly. I thought you would be hopping around. Baby, that's me on the board. Right. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's not me as a person. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. Social media only gives you that small frame of time, and then people paint a picture of who they want you to be or who they think you are, and that could be not even be you. You know what I'm trying to say? Not 24/7. You know, and then you find yourself fighting and conflicting between who are you really. You know, I want to be successful, so do I need to constantly be this character, you know, on the board, or, you know, anybody who, you know, whatever your business is, or can I have moments when I'm to myself and I'm quiet, and is that okay? Well, does that make you uncomfortable because I'm not constantly smiling, because I'm not constantly hopping and skipping around, because I'm not being what you think that I am or what I should be? So social media, I mean, when it comes to me being contracted from the county, being, you know, people inviting me to their, you know, their out of state to do classes, it's all social media. I mean, I walk through the mall and people be like, "Good morning, little sunshine," or they be like, "Train Ari strong," and that's a blessing because the goal is to grow. But then as you're talking to them, and they're like, you can kind of see the look on their face of, "Oh, I thought you would be more like this." You know what I'm trying to say? And that's how I know people who are like celebrities, that's why they struggle, because they constantly have to be on. You know, they constantly have to be
that's
on.
A whole word right there.
You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah. So social media, I'm grateful. I can reach people in different states and I've had people from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa reach out to me and say how much I inspired them to, do step and autism, which is something I would never have gotten to do without it. But at the same time, it's like people think they own you through social media too. So
wow,
that's love-hate relationship. Love-hate relationship.
Yeah. No, and I about to say I know I have celebrity, but the little times someone say, "Hey, pull up man,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on, man?" He's like, "Oh yeah, what's going on?" And it's so funny because I feel like our podcast is a podcast of introverts, extrovertly.
Yes, I'm an introvert. Oh, I love being by myself.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yes, Lord.
I never surprise myself. It's everybody else. I be like, it's crazy. I read a book. I forgot what it's called, but the stats say 70% of the world are extroverts, 30% are introverts, and that's why during COVID, people who were extroverts lost their mind, and the 30% flourished. Oh, I had a time during COVID.
Oh.
It was nobody on the streets.
Nope.
Oh my God, I was flying for $7 everywhere. It was just so quiet. I would go to the park. The most people would say to me, they would wave as I was running and doing, the restaurants closing at 10, which I love. I would get dressed at 8:30, get there, be there for an hour, go back home. So nice. Now everything's back to hell. That's how I love being an introvert, but people don't get it because people need people for their energy. That's an extrovert, and I give off energy the more people I'm around. So
I forgot. It was a guy. He said introverts. We wake up with our bar right here, and as the other day it goes down. Yeah, and that's why I gotta go. I gotta go off to the wilderness.
Please don't say nothing to me.
Yeah, and the extroverts is the opposite. They're depleted, and the more interaction they have, the more
get more hyped up.
It's like that's so crazy, but it's real.
It is.
And I like I said, I feel like our podcast, we're a group of introverts that have to be extroverted with our podcasts, but I love what we do though.
Yeah.
And I think for introverts, we like to control the environment. We control the environment. It makes it easier for us because, like, everyone who comes on the podcast, they're like, I thought it was so much bigger. I thought it was more, it's very intimate here.
Yeah. You see what social media did?
Yeah, no.
Why would you think that?
Listen.
All you see is the tables and me. Now, why in your mind have you created anything else? That's your problem, not mine.
I thought it was so much bigger. Like, no.
All you need to see is our faces.
That's it.
That's funny. The power of social media, though.
It is.
Okay. So we talk about the past, talk about the present, let's talk about the future. What does the future hold for you and for your business?
Yes. Okay. So Train Ari Strong. So Train Ari Strong is my umbrella. Mm-hmm. Under my umbrella, I want to branch off and do separate things. If you follow me, you look at my page, it's not monolithic. I struggled with that for a minute. For a minute, I was like, I need to have 3 separate pages that talk. No. You're going to get who I am. You're going to see autism. You're going to see my relationships. You're going to see fitness. You're going to get authentic me. I deal with spirituality. I'm certified in meditation and Reiki. I'm nursing. You're going to get a little bit of everything. So Train Ari Strong is the umbrella. Underneath, I have Step Ari Strong. That's literally a LLC where I just do step and I do my step classes in fitness. I'm speaking into existence, and this will be my first platform, but
come on now, let me get exclusive.
Yes. I've been talking about it for so long, but I just need a little assistance. But I am getting together a nonprofit called Tyler's Way. So I have an idea, and I'm just gonna say it. If somebody takes it, whatever. But what God has for me is mine.
Come on.
So what I noticed in our community is a lot of separation between children with special needs and then typical children. And when we're growing up, we all have the experience of where the only time you really see the special needs kids were at lunch or when they were switching classes in between classes.
That's real.
That's a problem for me. It's okay to have separation, but not exclusion. So my son, of course, has autism, and one of the biggest things I'm always trying to get him to do is move. But he doesn't move like typical kids. So they might have, adaptive football, soccer, and stuff. But I said to myself one day, I said, what if we can do like a peer modeling shadowing program, big brother, big sister type base, where autistic and special needs kids can work out, and then they're paired with typical kids around their same age that can help them work out. So it will teach typical kids how to function around special needs kids, so when they become adults, they're not completely like lost and scared to be around someone who's different from
That's
them.
awesome.
And then the atypical kids and the special needs kids, my son, when he's around typical children and older kids, he mimics them so that he excels better. So if they're around them.
Can't sell your home and tired of carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no-obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com today.
Function better as far as like physical movements, communication, and yeah, so it's a win-win. You know, and I want it to be a situation where you can get like college credits and accreditation and things like that. So I'm just working out the paperwork with the nonprofit. It's such a, it's ADHD. I get so overwhelmed when I see documents, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything wrong. So I'm working on it. But my goal for this year is to do 100 steppers for autism. Yes, and they don't have to be perfect. Anybody can come step. But that'll be the first event for under Tyler's Way. It's 100 steps for autism, just to move, just to get on the board and do what you can, offbeat or not, just flow. And yeah, and also I'm working on my certification and becoming a deaf doula. So again, I'm a hospice nurse, and a lot of people are scared about death, and it's okay because most people are scared about the unknown. But what I found, I've been a cardiac ICU nurse, a cardiac PCU step-down nurse, oncology nurse, hematology, sickle cell, all that, and hospice. It's a privilege to be a part of someone's dying process. And as dark as it sounds, I enjoy it. I love educating the families about what to expect, about myths, and I want to be able to be a deaf doula, which is someone who goes into the home and basically just prepares the family on how to give their loved one the best dying experience. So those are my two biggest goals this year, doing the Tyler's Way, and of course, traveling more. If you see me, you want somebody to teach you how to step. I teach beginners, period. I teach children, geriatric population, whatever, come see me.
And we'll have it showing us how you can reach Ari, by the way. But I want to make sure that, one, I want you to applaud you because, like, I've never heard of deaf doula, by the way. That's me. That's a new thing, and I think that's so awesome to be able to help the family. Because I thought about the thing. I've not have the opportunity to deal with death in a positive way. Okay. I do not. It's like
the capacity.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. Like when it's somehow like, nope, I don't want to deal with it. Right. Yeah. And I think that happens for so many people. So to have someone to intervene and be able to educate people or to be able to help people through that transition, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of myths in relation to death, and the American culture is a little weird. I've learned other cultures accept it a lot better, especially like the Eastern culture, like in Asia and India, like they embrace it. I feel like you hear a lot of times, oh, when he dies, we're having a celebration, but are we? Because I feel like this culture, well, first of all, we don't do our elderly population right. We ship them off and we put them into homes when we feel like we don't want to be bothered, or if you don't have the capacity to care for them. But other cultures don't do that. Like when they get older, you coming to stay with me, and I take care of you until you pass. And they accept death. And other cultures aren't taught to be fearful of death. We're taught, Americans, we're very privileged. We're taught the concept of more, and then when something's being taken away, to be scared about that. So when you have less life coming, we're taught to be fearful. And when I became an oncology nurse, I saw a lot of death, unfortunately, but it was different. Oncology, I was there when people were getting their diagnosis. So 35-year-old woman getting told that she has stage 4 ovarian cancer. That sucks. Hospice is they've accepted. The grieving process is more acceptance now. Not so much the families. The families are your biggest patients. And it's just constant education and reassuring because they just want to make sure that their loved one, that they're not doing a disservice to their loved ones. Am I starving my loved one? No, you're fine. Are they in pain? I don't know what to look for. This is what to look for, and that's like my job, and I really love doing that. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Wow.
That's a beautiful thing, because like I said, like you said, and all depending on what I'm saying, what you believe in. I know everyone believes in different things or whatnot, so we all handle things according to what we believe in or whatnot. But once again, to have someone to be that, I don't want to say interventionist, but just be able to educate, on the aspect, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yep, and I love it. Yep, and it feels fulfilling. It's better than being the hospital. We have to treat our patients like numbers. They care about money, turnover rate. Hospice, you're our patient until you pass. There's no number on it. Unless you get better. And sometimes that happens. And then that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Unless you get better. But if you don't get better, we're not like, when are you going to die?
Yeah.
We're just like, we're just going to be there for you. And that's what I like about it.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so let's get a staple questions. Now, you're used to this because you were here when we did the group one, but now you're here. We want to make sure that we ask these awesome questions. Now, and you are a great collaborator. If nothing else, you are. So, but I want to ask you this question that I ask everyone. With Cleveland, I feel like we're in the Renaissance, right?
Yes.
Now it's more collaborating. But at one time, Cleveland was not known for collaboration. We were not. We were known for. We weren't known for let's say it like that. I ain't gonna down our city or whatnot.
I mean, I'm for real. We can talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So
we can talk about it.
So let me ask you this. So how do you feel we have changed that narrative? If we have changed that narrative, what in your opinion how have we changed it? And if we haven't, how can we help change that narrative of being more collaborative as a city?
I do think we are collaborating a lot more now.
Do you remember the time when we weren't collaborating though?
Yes, I do remember a time. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
okay?
it wasn't
that long ago. Now, Cleveland, we have a bad reputation for being crabs in a barrel.
We do.
We have a bad reputation for being crabs in a barrel and not supporting each other in a totality. Like, Cleveland is slept on when it comes to talent. I mean, this is coming from somebody who's gone at almost every state in relation to fitness. I look around and I be like, what? There's no reason why we're not bigger here. There's no reason why, but you know why we're not? Because we refuse to work together. Now, when I first got into fitness a few years back, I noticed that if you went to this gym, you couldn't go to that gym. It was like betrayal. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's gang related.
It was like betrayal. And now I notice more people are mixing amongst each other. Now, of course, you got some people that feel away when another person goes to the gym, but it's like I can support more than one person. Like, one thing I want to do this year is when I have time, I want to support other gyms, especially the local black gyms. First of all, fitness is suffering right now. The economy is down. And to be honest, when you don't have money, what's the first thing that goes? Luxuries. Okay, and it's a luxury to go work out. You can go walk down the street and get a workout in. So I want to support local gyms and entrepreneurs because they need it. Lifetime is fine. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's the local gyms that matter. We got a long way to go as far as collaboration. Me and my girl, I'm going to do a shout out, Move with D. We're actually doing an event coming up in March. We haven't announced it yet, but I'm announcing it here. So the last couple of years, we've done Black March Madness. It's basically reaching out to young or established black fitness professionals and having them come together in collaborative efforts under one building. Usually, and we pull from one gym. I mean, like from separate gyms and put them underneath one roof. So each year, the first year we did black women fitness professionals, and we pulled like the best in each class and put them together. The second year we did Black Kings. We took the best fitness male professional from each class, put them together. And this year we're doing men and women collaboration with a cause. Just because I'm just so tired of feeling like I can't support more than one person. It's exhausting. I don't want to feel like I betrayed you because I decided to do knees and jacks over there. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? And I can multitask. We all have our favorites, but I feel like we all can eat, and I really don't feel like any other culture has an issue with that except for our culture. So I mean, we have a long way to go. It's a lot of gyms here in Cleveland, some big, some small, and I would love for us to come together if we could.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, so let me ask you this then. And I love asking questions because the legacy question. And I think about legacy because, like you said, and you being a deaf doula, you understand that life, no one can escape death.
No one's promised.
But the legacy you leave behind, that what we do have power over. So what do you want the legacy to be for you, and then also for Train, Ari Strong, and just everything connected with you?
Well, my legacy is just going to be immersed in education. I want to make sure that anything that I teach is accurate, is dependable, and it can transcend me.
I'm sorry, let me get that one. I like that.
Yes, words have power. I believe in manifestation. I believe in speaking things into existence. And I also believe you have to be careful with your words because you lead people astray. You know, it's plenty of times. I mean, one action happened or one lie happened, and we're probably still feeling the effects of it now. You know what I'm saying? So my legacy is just to ensure that I educate the people in where the need is. So if there's an influx in autism and a knowledge deficit in it, I want to research and I want to be able to make sure that I educate the people to where they feel like they're more equipped with their children, with their loved ones. Same thing with fitness. There's a lot of myths out there in relation to what's healthy and what's not. And again, time is always changing. Research is always changing. So it's my job as a professional is to stay current on research so that I can give people who may not have the same knowledge as me an opportunity to know what's going on. So my legacy is just to make sure that I facilitate knowledge-based, accurate, information and resources, and to ensure that my son has a beautiful life after me. That's all I want. That's all I care about.
That's a great legacy, by the way.
That's great.
No, and that's awesome. Okay, and then I feel like the mark of any great interview, any great podcast. Like I can't tell you how many notes. I actually was taking notes when I watched start the interview.
Yeah.
But what do you feel like should be 3 takeaways someone should take away from the interview tonight?
Okay.
You said he's ready.
3 takeaways. Be authentic to yourself. Okay. Even if people don't like it, that means you're in the wrong environment. You're not the wrong person. Just go ahead and remove yourself from there because someone gonna like you. I assure that. Be authentic to yourself. Be open to change and just flow.
I'm sorry.
Things are never going to stay the same. You can't fall to pieces every time something shifts. Last takeaway.
That's good.
What do I want to say?
I'm going to say you dropping gym left and right.
Well, let's take it just to your children. If you are feeling like your child has autism or a delay or a disability or something, like I stated early on, don't do them a disservice because of your denial. So don't rob your child of the life they deserve. Like, just go. Even if you're wrong, I would rather you be wrong. You know what I'm saying, in the diagnosis, because then we can fix that.
Yeah.
But if you don't figure it out and you're not, then your child is at a delay and they can't get resources. They won't be educated properly, and it's an uphill battle. So make sure you just advocate for your child by checking yourself first. Yep. That's all.
That is really, really good.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, we appreciate you. And
Ari.
this the most important question of all. Where can people reach you? Where can they learn?
Where can they reach me, child?
Yes.
Okay, well, my biggest platform is IG. I was so grateful. I got 10K. I was like, woo,
Yeah, come on now. Come on.
I was like, finally, God. I was sitting at that 8,000. Sitting at the 8,000 for so long. I'm like, God, come on now, scoot me along.
That's what's
Little to sound big to me, but at Train TRAIN _ ARI _ strong STRONG, and that's across all platforms. So if you just want to see me in my life as far as nursing, my son, fitness, cooking, whatever, follow Train Ari Strong. If you want to work out online, you can follow me on YouTube at Train Ari Strong. No underscores, so it's just Train Ari Strong straight through. I go live on Wednesdays. I have beginners classes on Wednesdays, and then I have intermediate advanced classes right afterwards. So 6 p.m. beginners, advanced at 7 p.m. And I stream online, so you can play it back as much as you want if you want to lose some weight, burn some calories, have fun, whatever. And I'm also on TikTok not super active. And then Facebook, you can just follow Ari Baker and Train Ari Strong and the same platforms. But yeah, reach out to me. I love doing speaking engagements in relation to teaching about autism and health and wellness and preventative care. And I love teaching steps. So if you want to have someone come out, teach you how to step, and have a birthday party or company picnics, bat mitzvahs, whatever. Call your girl. You need a little contract, EAP program. You sick of just getting on a treadmill and you want someone to come to your company or facility. I do that too.
No, y'all. So listen, awesome. And like I said, we're having the show notes for the people who are lazy. It's okay, be lazy. There's no excuse, okay? Yeah. Y'all make sure to tune in, check her out, follow, support all the way, okay?
Yes, thank you.
That was great.
No. And listen, I want to thank you. Yes, you the person watching, you the person listening, because, listen, we have cracked that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to thank you guys because we are at 14,000 subscribers and at 7 million views.
Period.
Right.
Come on, Cleveland.
Listen. And we love it. We thank for great people like Ari come on our platform and be able to tell a great story and just go to show you guys are listening and you guys get inspired. Because the one thing I tell everybody about the Political Experience, either you're gonna be educated, you're gonna be empowered, or be encouraged. One of the three.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to once again have great people on the platform and do just that. And we're not slowing down anytime soon, y'all. We are booked until June.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy. So yes, we thank you, and let's keep it going. Please like, share, subscribe, and let's help once again get our city, like you said, get Cleveland, and let it be known this is a great city.
Yeah.
Full of great entrepreneurs, great innovators, and great creatives.
Yes.
For sure.
So we thank you. And then listen, if you rock with us, I need you to go to Beauty Be Told, okay?
That's right.
Subscribe. And
gorgeous.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes, so please, if you support anything that we do, support the great people we have on the platform, great hosts, and just thank you. I just want to thank you.
Yes.
And lastly, I'm sorry, before I close out, guys, we are showing you how to create your podcast. I sat down and said there are 20 things that I wish I knew when we started this podcast, and now we have put it in a way that you can now take it in your own leisure and now create your podcast. So no more excuses. Because in 2024, I believe if you want to be an authority in your industry, if you want to differ yourself from the next person in your field, create a podcast. You want to create unlimited content for your platform, create a podcast. So listen, we have done the hard work. 167 episodes. We have done the hard work. We have now put it in a way that you can now use it and apply it to your own business or / brand. Okay. So listen, check it out. It's a very reasonable rate, I believe, for what we charge for it. But if you want that one-on-one also training, we also can do that too. So all that links will be in the show notes. So check it out, okay, guys. This is episode 167. We thank you, and we'll see you guys next time. Okay. Peace.
Peace.